What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're getting something for the F350 and it's about 2 hours away from my house, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I got Matthew right here. Matthew, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. We're gonna go get something for the F350 and it's something I've been kind of looking for a while online and on eBay and on Craigslist, and it seems like it's something, it's either in bad condition or really expensive. But in this case, we're gonna see if, bless you, Matthew. In this case, we're gonna see if it's worth it, if it's worth the drive. The price is reasonable, so we're gonna see what the condition is. And they said they have a few sets of this. Bless you. They said they have a few sets in the color that I'm looking for. So let's get there, see what we have. And bless you again. And let's see what condition they are and see if we're gonna take it home. And I think we're here. Let's see what we can find. Usually you can't find pretty good seats for less than $1,500, so I think it was worth the drive for $1,100. And I have quite a bit of other parts that I will be needing later on as well for different mods, more upgrades and so on. But so far I'm happy. Now me and Matthew are gonna go drive home about 2 hours. We buy Matthew and Viola a toy. Give me a thumbs up. All right, let's go. All right, guys, and we're back, and we got the interior back. And now what we're gonna do with Matthew over there, Matthew, what are we gonna do? We're gonna clean the seats.
Yeah, and then when we're done cleaning the grass, we'll do the Mustang and then the...
Oh yeah, he wants to clean the garage so we can work on the Mustang, so that's his priority. And my priority is to clean the seats, put them in F350, but he wants to clean the garage so we can work on the Mustang. So, but Matthew, are we gonna clean the seats first?
No.
What? What are we gonna do first?
Do the Mustang.
Do the Mustang. Okay, but we have to clean the seats first. But the seats are over here, they're dirty. We can't put them in the F350. Right? Hey, yeah? So we're gonna clean the seats first? You're gonna clean them with the hammer? You're gonna rip them with the hammer. You're gonna have holes. There's gonna be holes in the seats. Okay, guys, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the seats. Well, actually, let me show you the seats. Yeah, you can go play a little bit. Okay, so we got the seats right here. They're a little bit dirty, not too bad. But there's some dirty spots here. The center console is pretty bad, and it's a little bit worn out, a tiny bit over here, but I'm not too worried about it, no big deal. Usually all of these used ones are worn out anyways. The passenger side is a little more dirty, and the back seats, they're pretty good. They're not too bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of them. And also, I picked up some padding that I'm gonna put underneath the carpet, and then I picked up a new carpet from, what is it, stockinteriors.com, I believe. I got it in gray because let's look at what we have. I got some floor mats right here a while back, but yeah, it's pretty bad. It's nice and dirty and ripped, and the seat is nice and ripped too. I'm probably gonna maybe sell these all as a set. Somebody's gonna buy them. They're still nice and comfortable. They're just, you know, old, dirty, and ripped. Nothing else is ripped, just this one. So everything else is good. So somebody can repost to them, and then they would have a nice seat. Or they can just do one seat. Who cares? I don't know. I'm gonna list them for maybe $300. Somebody will buy the whole, you know, the whole set for $300, and they're gonna be happy. And also the console. One thing that I'm kind of worried about is the stick shift with that center console. Let me show you with that console. What? Stick shift. Yep, stick shift. With this console right here, because that one is fairly low and it kind of stops right here, and then you have cup holders on the bottom. But this one kind of sticks out a little more, so I'm thinking I might have problems with the stick shift. Stick shift? That's a screwdriver. Stick shift? So yeah, because when I go to second gear or fourth gear, it kind of goes this far, and this seems to be I don't know, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how that sits, because that seems to be pretty close, because that center console is going to be about this high, and then it's going to go this way, and then the headrest is going to be in the way. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have to bend this up just a tiny bit, but we'll deal with that when we get to it, right? So first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and clean the seats. I got some fabric cleaner from Chemical Guys. I'll try a section just to see how this works out, because that's kind of bad over here on this side, but I'll try a section just to see what results we get. Let's spray that a little bit right here. There we go. Where's my little brush? Matthew, where's my little brush? Can you see my brushes? To go brush. To brush your teeth. These ones. Yeah, you can. Come here. Yeah, you can. Here you go. Here, take this one. Brush this spot right here. The little other hand. Use your other hand. Now get a brush like this. Like that. There we go. Okay, let me try. I'll just try a little bit right here. That's good enough for now. And then I'm going to spray it off just a little bit.
Now scrape it.
And then we'll wipe it and see what we get. Well, actually, we're not going to see anything, are we? Because it has to dry. But actually, look at that. That's actually pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, we don't have to scrape it yet.
Let's scrape this.
So yeah, that's gonna work just fine. No, Matthew, hold on. And then when it's gonna dry, it's gonna be even brighter. So looks like that's gonna work. All right, Matthew, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get this done. Let's go. Alright, and the floor is nice and clean. There was a ton of sand just like everywhere in the cracks, especially in the grooves right here. So I got that cleaned up the best I could, brushed it, so on and so forth. So it's pretty much as perfect as it's gonna get. I took off the shifter because it's gonna be a lot easier to put on the carpet without the shifter. I might even take this one off. I don't know, we'll see. There's only like 2 bolts. I might take that off to be a little bit easier. Now let me show you the seats. The seats turned out really good, nice and clean. They're already dry. The back seats are nice and clean. And the bench seat and the driver's seat. Everything turned out nice and clean. This one still has a couple spots here that I couldn't get out. I'll try it maybe later, but that's 100% better than what it was, because this whole thing was just covered in a layer of dirt, and it was pretty nice and smooth. I thought maybe this area was already worn through completely, but it was actually so much dirt on there that it looked like it was down to the plastic. So yeah, I'm gonna obviously leave them outside. They're gonna dry out some more. It's about maybe 95 degrees right now. And right now, let me show you the carpet real quick. Now this is the carpet. Pretty disgusting, pretty dirty, especially like this area. Probably a bunch of juice and junk spilled in here, and there was dogs here and sand and dirt and a lot of fur from the dogs, I'm assuming. And this is the new carpet from Stock Interiors. I'm gonna take this carpet, put it on top of this one, line everything up, and I'm gonna mark the holes where I need to cut them. I'm assuming I'm gonna need to trim the sides as well a little bit. We'll see when we get there. The front maybe a little bit. Well, anyways, I'm gonna put all this on top, line it up, mark the holes, and we're gonna cut the holes out. And then before I do the carpet, I got this padding. I believe it's a 10mm padding, and it's sticky on one side. I'm actually gonna put this underneath the carpet, like so. And I think I have 4 of these. I'm gonna put them underneath the carpet, stick them on the floor. Maybe I'm gonna put them long ways. I'm gonna do one that way, and maybe 1.5 on this side. I usually use Dynamat stuff, but I decided to use some of this stuff, see how that works out. See if that helps with sound deadening a little more. Hold this stuff on top of the carpet, then put the stock one over it, then mark this one, then mark the carpet. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll deal with it right now. But that's where we are right now. So let me go ahead and mark all this stuff out, cut it out, and I'm gonna put that, start putting it inside. Alrighty, let's go. So for now, I got the padding down. There's a few areas where I kind of made a mistake, like that's not enough here, which is not a big deal. Some of the holes were not perfect, obviously. So I'm gonna have to be really careful when I'm doing this on the carpet to make sure that everything is lined up perfectly before I cut it. I might even put the carpet in and then, you know, start cutting the holes out one hole at a time. Make sure everything is nice and perfect. Sadly, I'm gonna have to go to work now. I put the driver's seat back in, stick shift, little mat right there so I don't mess up the padding, because this stuff rips really easily. And that's gonna be fun driving with the open holes right here. And I'm back from work, and now me and Matthew, hi Matthew, we're gonna try and install the carpet in the truck. I'm gonna remove the stick shift and the 4x4 lever. Gotta remove those, lay the carpet down, and we're gonna try and get all the holes. We'll do the main holes in place. We're gonna make sure that the carpet lays down nice and flat, exactly where it needs to go, because it's kind of curved over the tunnel here. So we're gonna lay that down, make sure everything fits there, and then we're gonna start pretty much plucking at the holes. We're gonna start from these and then those, and then go to the back here. And then after we get that done, we're gonna start trimming. We're gonna start trimming the sides, because the sides don't go all the way to the edge, obviously. So that would have to be trimmed, because I think the stock one goes pretty much, it follows this line right here. And then the cap goes over here, the plastic cover covers that hole right here. And this sound deadener, it's okay. It's like foamy stuff, but it seems like it's kind of unsticking. It's not really that good, really, as far as sticking goes. So once you stick it on, you gotta put the carpet on right away, because if you don't, it starts coming off in the areas where it's kind of pulling up a little bit. All right, Matthew, are you ready to put the carpet in?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna put the carpet in and try to cut the holes, right?
Yes.
Alrighty, let's get this done.
Then we'll put the hole, the
seats. Yep, then put the seats in. All right, let's go. And the carpet is roughly in. There's a lot of bends in the carpet, especially like areas in the back here that go around the little bumps and stuff, and on the front as well. So I basically put the carpet in the best I could without making any holes yet. What I'm gonna do, actually, I trimmed a little bit up here, so when it goes up here, it goes pretty much as high as it can. And then I'll trim some more later on when I'm ready. I made a hole for the shifter, and then I made a smaller hole right here for the 4x4. So now it's sitting kind of where it should be. I have maybe about 30 minutes to get as much done as I can before, of course, I got to run to work, blah, blah, blah. But what we're going to do right now is actually make some holes so I can permanently mount at least 2 front seats for now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a torch gun, and a little pipe that I have here. What I'm gonna do is actually, I tested it on a little piece, and that's gonna work out nicely. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this up, and then when there's a hole, I'm gonna pretty much make a hole with this, and that's gonna make a nice hole with burned edges, so it's not gonna, you know, separate over time. I got this suggestion from one of my subscribers on Instagram, Rob Glass, and he saw it on Classic Car Restoration Club on YouTube. Basically what the guy was doing on YouTube, he was taking a socket, I think like a 14 or 15 or 16 socket, and he was heating it up, and then he would make a hole in the carpet. In my case, I don't want to really ruin any sockets. I have like this little tube that I have, which will work just fine, and I'm going to heat that up, and I'm going to do pretty much one hole at a time. I'm going to start from the driver's seat. I'm going to lay that out nice and flat. I'm going to do 4 holes over there. Then I'm going to go to the passenger side, do 4 holes over here, making sure that the carpet lays down the best it can. And then I'm going to proceed to the back holes. There's seat belt holes in the back. There's 1, 2 here, 1, 2 other side. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little plywood. I'm going to put that underneath the carpet because I don't want to burn the sound deadener stuff, the black stuff. Oh, and by the way, I put all the bolts in, and this one is sticking out, and I put the seat belt bolt in here. That way I can feel the rough estimate of the spot, and then I mark the spot with the marker. I'm still gonna obviously adjust it as I go, and then what I'm actually gonna do before I make the hole, I'm gonna remove the bolt, and then I'm gonna use my little hole punch picker and then just kind of get that exactly in the hole, and then I'm gonna mark that exact spot with the marker once again, and then I'm gonna make a hole with the tube. If I have time, I'm gonna try to trim the carpet on the side here. If I don't have time, it's fine, because I know I'm not gonna finish it all today anyways. But it would be nice for the carpet to sit like this, and maybe it will settle down over the next day or two in the sun, in the heat, inside the truck, because on the floor it's flat. So on the floor it wasn't able to pretty much form the form that it needs to form. So I think it will work out just fine. Plus, as long as I have the 2 seats mounted permanently in the front, then I already have at least something done. Alright, so what I'm going to do on the driver's side, I'm going to pretty much compact it the best I can, so I know the form is nice and good. And let's do, I think this will be good. Okay, so I have a little stud right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it with a marker so I know this is the guy right there. And then I'm gonna mark a big spot right there, and then we'll do that one. I'm gonna put my plywood underneath like that, and now I'm gonna heat up my little tube and then just make a hole right here. There's one. So let's see how that lined up. And that's good to go right here. Now that we got this one, let's mark another one right here. I actually already have a spot right here, pretty much spot on. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And we got another nice spot right here. So yeah, that's good. That's golden, that's golden. Okay. Now for the front bolts, I'm actually going to take those bolts out. I did mark a little spot right here with the marker and another spot right here, so I kind of have an idea where is gonna need to be, and then I'm just gonna poke around till I find the hole, and then I'm gonna mark it again, and that's gonna be where I'm gonna make the hole. All right, and here we go, and we got the four holes for the driver's seat. One right here. Let me show you. It's pretty much on the money right there, and these are pretty much on the money right here. Obviously, the carpet is still gonna move, but what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna secure the driver's seat in place. Make sure it's sitting nice and tight in here, and actually, also it's gonna press down. Actually, I gotta do this one real quick right now. All right, and the seats are done on the front. So they're nice and comfortable. And the carpet is in. I still have a jumper seat that's gonna go in here. We'll deal with that later. So far, so good. And yeah, I cleaned the seats, but I still gotta clean the plastics and all that stuff, but that's fully. Alright guys, well sadly I'm gonna make this into a two-part series because it's taking way too long. And of course Matthew's ready to drive. Oh, 7.3. Hey! Oh yeah, another 7.3 F350, Matthew. Is that cool? Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna make it into a two-part series just because I still have quite a bit of work, and in between shifts I can't really do so much as much as I wanted to. So, Matthew, what are you doing? So, this will be our part one, just because I still have to do holes in the back here, and I still have to figure out the bracket because the seats for the back are a little bit different. Obviously, if you guys saw, there's going to be another bracket right here in the middle that holds two of the benches together, and they tilt down from the back separately, so that one can tilt down and this one can tilt down, and then that section can tilt up, this section can tilt up. So basically it's two pieces that connect together with the bracket in the middle, but there's no factory holes right here. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, temporary, I'll probably just install it with the holes that I have, and then I have to probably order these guys. Let me see. Hold on, Matthew. I'm gonna see if I can order, or maybe I'll just go to Ace Hardware and see what I can find. I don't know. I'll deal with it in a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna just call it a part 1 series, and then in part 2 I'll try to finish all this stuff. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. This will be part 1, and then in part 2 I should be finishing up all this stuff. So once again, if you're new, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!